chromatic exercises aren't the most glamorous of the bunch, but are definitely very honest. They expose tension, weak fingers, and coordination issues very quickly. And that classic 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise that everyone knows. Often referred to as the spider exercise or the spider crawl. I just call it the 1, 2, 3, 4 because that's what it looks like. But it's great, especially for beginners. And this exercise just takes that a little bit further. What we're going to do is jumble up the fingers ever so slightly, introduce vertical and horizontal movement, as well as some outside and inside string picking. Outside is where we move from one string to the other with the pick on the outside. And inside is where we move from one string to the other, but with the pick on the inside. But overall, this exercise just forces real coordination, which is much closer to real playing. And in addition to all of this, this exercise is fantastic for stamina building too. And just remember, we're using strict alternate picking throughout. Okay, so we begin on the low E string, playing frets 1 to 4. We then play fret 1 on the A string. Back to the low E to play frets 2 to 4. A string, frets 1 to 2. Low E string, frets 3 to 4. A string, frets 1 to 3. Low E string, fret 4. And then lastly, frets 1 to 4 on the A string. It's at this point here we then shift with the little finger up to fret 5 and then descend down to fret 2. And we make one final shift with that first finger up to fret 3. Okay, so that's the full pattern. Let's hear it one more time, nice and slow. Just jumping in here quickly. Now you may not need this, but if you're after a bit more support from these videos, I've got tabs and backing tracks on my Patreon page. I'll be uploading some material from previous videos, this one and everything moving forward. It's £3 a month, totally optional, but either way, thank you so much for being here. The link's in the description if you want it. Okay, so now we're going to take that exact same pattern, exact same fingering, and move it higher up the neck, working in string pairs. We first began at fret 1 on the low E string. The next pattern then begins at fret 3 on the A string, then fret 5 on the D string, fret 7 on the G string, and lastly fret 9 on the B string. At this point we're going to attach a few extra shifts to get us up to fret 15 on the high string, which is where the pattern ends. So let's take a closer look at that last pattern so you can see exactly what shifts I'm talking about. So we've made it to the top of the exercise, and what we're going to do now is take that pattern and play it in reverse order, heading back down the neck until we get to fret number 1. So what we do is play fret 15 to 12 on the E string, fret 15 on the B string, fret 14 to 12 on the E string, 15 to 14 on the B string, 13 to 12 on the E string, fret 15 to 13 on the B string, fret 12 on the E string, and then lastly fret 15 to 12 on the B string. It's from this point here we then shift that first finger down to fret 11 and then ascend up to fret 14, and we make that final shift with the little finger from fret 14 to 13. Whew, that's a lot of information. When I do the full playthrough, I'll make sure to put some scrolling tab up on screen so you know exactly what I'm playing, because that was probably quite an overwhelming amount of information. Okay, so what we're going to do here is take that exact same pattern, exact same fingering again, but this time repeat it from fret 13 on the B string, then from fret 11 on the G string, fret 9 on the D string, and lastly fret 7 on the A string. We're also going to attach a few extra shifts to make sure that we land fret 1 on the low E string. So let's take a close look at that last pattern so you can see exactly what those shifts are. now going to move on to exercise 3 and finish with something that actually sounds like music.